Hey guys, it's Michelle with your daily tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot over here on Astrology Motivation. Oh my God. Just been having setup issues. I apologize. I'm actually back in my home studio. I have been on kind of vacation for a while. I've definitely been on vacation. And I just got home the other day. There are a lot of changes coming, so there's a lot of things for me to think through, but I'm happy to welcome you here. Please do participate in the chat. This is a daily tarot card reading for anybody who is drawn to participate and listen. So bring your questions, absolutely, but do not ask them aloud. Can contain them and just think, this is what I'm really searching for, God. This is what I'm really looking to know, and the cards will speak to you in the way that they have to. Yeah, so if you're looking for zodiac sign specific messages, check out Born Without Boundaries Tarot. That's my premier channel, and that's where I upload 12 zodiac videos every single week. So check that out over there. You can grab the extended videos as well, either on Vimeo, hey cat, or by becoming an Unbound member. Just take a peek and see. We're gonna get into the astrology. I have something quick that I have to really do. Hold on for a second, guys. I've got to, yeah. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I'm always interested in what you guys have to say. Hey, Attune, what's up? Okay. We'll see. Wait for people to come on a little bit. And remember, guys, if you're here and you're participating, remember to like this video and remember to leave comments and participate in the chats and share it on your social media platforms, or just share this channel so people can join in. What's up, Jessica? How are you? Enjoying the beautiful summer weather. Good. I mean, it's exactly what I want to hear. That you're just enjoying the day or where the day is going to take you. Where are you? Where are you that the weather is so beautiful? Or whether I don't know if the weather's beautiful or not, but hi. Divine poetry. Oh, poetry event tonight. And still new to stage performance, and this is perfect timing. God bless. Well, break a leg. I'm sure you'll do great. You know, I always find that I get such nerves before I go on the stage, but as soon as I'm on stage, there's just it's my home. It's where I belong. There's such a natural, I just immediately feel like that's my world, and that's where I belong. So even though I'm scared, it's almost like I'm scared to go through the threshold to where I really belong. So I'm sure that natural talent and that natural balance will take that naturalness of the state of belonging will take over you, and you'll just be incredible. I have to do this really quickly. What is this? Here you go. There you go. Awesome. Let's get into the charts. I'm going to peek to see what you guys are talking about. Hey Sha, what's up, Marby? God bless you, sweetheart. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, girl. Much love for shouting out the Capricorn video. Capricorn videos, the views have been so low. That is my lowest day. Wednesday is definitely my lowest day. The views are just so low. I don't really know what to do about them. But I'm glad that you watch, and thank you so much. Hey, Miranda. Wait, the BTW, what is that? What is that, Marby? On the Capricorn video. What is that? What is BTW? To me, BTW means by the way. Oh, your top. My top on the Capricorn video. Oh, you know what that is? It's actually a series of tops. It's like a bralette that I wore under a shirt, like a just a sleeveless shirt. And then I put another like a little like kind of like canvas dress over it. So it was actually a layering. But I'm glad you liked that, girl. That's a high praise indeed, coming from you, because you know your fashion. You always look gorgeous. So that's what it was. It was just like a little the layering effect. It was just like this little bralette. I mean, I love them. Bralettes have become my signature. They really have, because they're just. I just think that they're beautiful and just not over the top. They allow you to give a little hint of something and not too much away. They're my favorites, whatever style they're in. But that's what it is. It's not a top. It's not a full top. It was just my Be Brave shirt with a bralette underneath that had the crisscrosses. That's all that it was. So it was that layering effect. I'm an 80s girl, so I got a layer. That's what the 80s were all about. Layers. Hi, Miranda. Thank you so much. My vacation was fantastic. I really loved Austin. I'm actually considering a move to Austin. Because I've got family there and I'm back and forth from there all the time. So I'm actually considering a move to Austin because I have now gotten really comfortable with it there and really love it a lot, to the point where I was like, wow, I could live here and be happy. And the reason why I'm thinking that Austin is very overpriced too, but I got family there, so it's a little bit different for me. Living in San Diego's beautiful. I have no complaints of San Diego except the cost of living, but I just never felt like this was my home. And that bothered me because I always felt like, yeah, I belong here. This was my life destination, but it is not. And I know that. I am certain of that now. It is not, because I don't feel what I know I'm supposed to feel when you are where you belong. And that feeling actually always happens to me in New Mexico. I've talked to you guys about that before. So I know that's where I'm going to buy my house. But in transition, to save some money, I am thinking about moving in with family who live in Austin, because that's where all my family is. And to be able to just save money and get up that nest egg and be able to like move from there would be a little bit easier. So I'm considering that. More of Marby means, by the way. Yeah, by the way, that's what I thought you were talking about, but I didn't like, it didn't click. It wasn't you. It was me. I'm glad you asked that too. I love that top too. So that now it is a bralette. It was a bralette under a sleeveless shirt. That's all it was. That's all it was. It's just that's what they really make it, things pop. So I was really excited about that. The Scorpio reading had me shook. That Scorpio reading had me shook, like to the core of my existence, shook. And I tell you, the extended, if you could purchase it, go ahead, because the extended is even deeper. The extended, if you like the YouTube video, the extended is going to blow your mind. There's more from there. It just keeps going, and I hope everybody can watch it. Yeah, Scorpio reading was very powerful. What's today's date? Today is Wednesday, is it? I am lost, guys. So it's Wednesday, the 20th, and Pluto's still having its impact. The sun is still, Mercury still combusts the sun, which means we're heating it up. Things are starting to become clear. That's what they're starting to become clear with. And they're starting to become clear in faith, because Neptune and Mercury are trine right now. And what that means is almost like we have a way of interpreting our dreams or seeing very clearly those things that we want to bring into reality, and actually now being able to get a firm grip on them and really understand them. If we've been getting a lot of dreams lately, it's because our mind has been trying to tell us something. And this is when it becomes very, very clear. This is when it becomes very clear, when something that we've been psychically picking up on, and we felt it, but we haven't been able to comprehend it. Now we're going to be able to put our finger on it and really, feel comfortable in the realization of it, because you really can't realize it until you're comfortable with it. But now this is our cleverness kicking in, of us being able to intellectually understand, comprehend something. Hello guys. The cost of living in Cali is crazy. It fucking is. And it's sad, because I think California is absolutely extraordinarily beautiful. And there's this what's become a subculture, and it's really not. It's actually California's base culture, which still exists. But it's got this it's been compacted by this thick layer of fucking slime that has been legitimately imprisoned the actual culture in California. The actual culture in California is very communal. It's very peaceful. It's very open. It's very much fix your own car, build your own fence, make patchwork to your own house. It's very Western meets the ocean. It's like the peace and tranquility that the ocean provides to people, but also the hardiness and the salt of the earthness. And that's really Californian culture, really being fed by Mexican culture, which was here first. But Mexican culture is also communal. It's very family based. It's very community based. It's very invite everybody kind of thing. But the fucking slime that's been layered on top of it is this materialism, very materialistic, very superficial, very, very status symbol culture that is killing the actual culture of California. And I can feel it. I can see it, because there's plenty of people who have been living out here for their whole lives. And they hate what's happening. And a lot of them can't even afford to stay here. And it's so sad. It's just so sad, because it is a fun culture. It is a beautiful culture. And it used to be affordable. And I know that because I was listening to a song the other day. It's one of my favorite songs. It's by Neil Diamond, and it's called I Said. And it's one of my favorite songs. He's one of my favorite songwriters. And of course, he's older, and this song was written, I think, in the 60s or 70s, something like that. So it's quite a few years old, at least 40 years old, 40, 50 years old. But he's talking, because he's Jewish from Brooklyn, New York, and that's where he was born and raised. He grew up. He went to college at NYU, I believe. I love him. I'm a big Neil Diamond fan, so I learned all about him. And he's talking in this song, and he says something that really made me rewind, because I've listened to the song 1,000 times, but before I lived in California, I guess I never really realized it. I had to rewind it 3 times, because there's a line that says, he's talking about LA, and he's saying the rents are low. And I had to rewind it 3 times, because you could think to yourself, oh, well, he's rich by this time. He's famous. He probably just thinks the rents are low. No, he was an up and coming songwriter. And, when you're up and coming, you don't tend to make great money, or at least not regular money. But he's writing the songs. He says, everything's laid back and the rents are low. And I said, rents are low in Los Angeles. But then I'm thinking, this is 40, 50 years ago. To somebody from New York, because he was raised in New York, the East Coast used to be much less accessible. It was much more expensive. And LA still offered the option, at least compared to New York, where he was from, because he's talking about, in the song, he's talking about New York's his home, but he doesn't feel like he belongs there anymore. And LA is great, but it's not where he feels at home. And so that's what the song is about, of him trying to understand who the hell he is now, because he's in this transitional stage in his life. It's a great song. And he's a phenomenal songwriter and lyricist. His lyrics are amazing. He's just a talented dude. But I, for the first time, I've heard that song my whole life because my mother was a Neil Diamond fan. And it never stood out to me so much as he said the rents are low compared to his upbringing in New York, that LA was a cheaper option. And I was like, in the past 40, 50 years, LA culture has really fucking changed. The West Coast, Southern Californian culture has been fucking decimated by this arrogant, superficial culture that has ruined it for most people who really want to be out here. It is such a bad toxicity that has polluted. It's like a slime that's run over this culture. And I mean, you're going to need somebody really brave. And I'll tell you, the politicians aren't going to do it. Politicians are a part of the slime. They are making sure that things stay corrupt because they benefit from it. But 40, 50 years ago, he's talking about how rents are low and shit's laid back. And that's Californian culture. It is laid back and it is inviting and it is easy to be out here, except now it's not, because of this superficiality that has slimed over everything. And I'll tell you, because I was raised on the East Coast, that's not a cheap place to live. And I'm looking at people like, are they just stupid? I thought like maybe there was an idiocy to people in California at first, because they seem to ask to pay more. They don't question when somebody is clearly ripping them off. They don't speak up when somebody is charging you the highest price they can charge you for goods or services. And they're incompetent at it. The competency level out here, and yet they're charging more, is just, it deserves to be questioned. Like, you're charging me top dollar, but you don't know some shit. Like, I've noticed this a couple of times now, and I'm just like, what is going on? People don't even question competency or the prices they're being charged. They don't. And that could be just like the New England in me, that I'm very like, I nickel and dime shit. I like to, just, pinch my pennies. But it's just that concept is lost out here, and people are getting screwed left and right, and nobody says anything. Nobody says shit. Nobody asks questions, or if they are asking questions, they're not getting heard. The only thing you hear about happening in Southern California is, transgender, woke culture. It's all distraction. It's all bullshit. That's my mom. Those are not really the issues out here, but that's all that the media covers. The issues out here are people getting absolutely fucked. I mean, if I could show you the houses that people charge $700,000 for, you would cry, because these places look like shit and they haven't been updated. And they have no property. They're mostly condos at that price. And yet the real estate agents, they're just fucking, they're liars is what they are. I don't know what's going on, but it's like nobody's questioning them. People are just saying, "Oh yeah, you can pay $700. Oh, then I'll find another $25,000. Oh, it's just so much keeping up with the Joneses, so much this desire to like prove your value by how much money you can throw at the situation." It's like everybody's just kind of like sold their soul to their own insecurities. And nobody's like, 700,000, bitch, please. I'll give you a 425 and you'll smile about it. That's what they should be doing. But like nobody has the balls to do that. I don't know. But there's really a loveliness to sincere, true Californian culture. But it's just been slimed on by this fucking, I don't know. I don't know where it came from. I don't know that it came from Hollywood. Because like I said, like Neil Diamond was singing about 40, 50 years ago. He was in show business. And still you had like some sincerity and some chillness out here. Right? I don't know where it fucking came from, guys. I don't know. Maybe I need to dig into some history. I feel like that's going to be complicated. There's just this slime. It's just slimed our West coastline. And we need to be aware of that because our West coastline is very important to us strategically on this globe. And the fact that it's just been slimed on really makes me think that there is just some toxicity here that's trying to creep into the rest of us. I don't like that shit. Warning, warning, warning. I don't know. It's not really a conspiracy theory. It's just, I can feel badness. I've always been able to feel sickness and toxicity. I know it. And I can't necessarily describe where it is or where it's coming from. I'm not that smart, but I'm like a fucking tuning fork for it. So believe me when I tell you, there is some toxic fucking shit going on. It's a layer of slime out here. And it's, I feel like it's intentional. I don't feel like it naturally would have come here. So there you go. There you go. Silicon Valley, maybe? Maybe. Maybe. You kind of got to scratch your head to people who want to live in California but don't like going outdoors, who basically do nothing but commit themselves to living here in virtual worlds. Because California culture is very much no TV. No TV, no air conditioning, fucking let the wind blow in, feel the rain on your face. You want entertainment, you get your surfboard, you throw yourself into the fucking ocean, or you go fishing. Like that's, or you go for a drive. People out here used to love to race their cars, man. I know it's not as dangerous, but that's what they were about. They were about adventure because you can't come west without being an adventurer. And I feel like that was the core soul of what they are. They were just adventure. But you can't really trust people who are like, I don't like the outdoors. I'm just going to build a world online that I can control with a code. That's really, that could be where the toxicity is starting to creep in. Because, you know, your first thing is, oh, Hollywood, Hollywood, Hollywood. I don't think so. I don't think it was Hollywood. Because, like I said, Hollywood existed 50, 60 years ago, and it really hadn't slimed the entire West Coast. It was really kind of, you know, held to, you know, Hollywood and Studio City. But there's a toxicity that has come that, according to Neo, you know, was not there when he wrote that song. And I want to see when he wrote that song. So I've got like ding, 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 something's going on out here that's got nothing to do with just like the Hollywood culture. I think it's excess that comes with being disconnected from humans and humanity and not caring. And that's not baseline California culture. Like I said, it's very social. It's very communal. So I don't fucking know, but I don't trust the shit. You know, I don't trust it. It's gotta be. And that's a good point. That's a good point. Texas could probably fight any of that. Well, Texas is being infected. I'll let you know that right now. People in Austin are hurting. And I'm surprised because Texas is usually very protective of its culture and its fucking borders. Very protective. But the slime has started to seep in. When you have your politicians and you have your towns and cities, and Austin is the capital city, saying, yeah, it's totally okay to completely fuck people. It's totally okay to double the rent within 2 years. But you know they haven't doubled the salaries. Clearly some shit is gone awry. Clearly some shit has become out of control. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you know there's slime that has infiltrated Austin. And I'm sure the rest of Texas is trying to confine it. But people get greedy. I tell you, I don't care how conservative you are, whatever, Greed. Greed is something that you can set off in every human being. And if you're not aware of it and you think you're above it, it's going to bite you and take over your system. And it's happening. It's happening. How do you fucking ask $1,600 for an apartment that a couple of years ago you only asked $1,800 for? You only asked $800 for. How do you do that? Like, how do you fucking justify that? You know that you haven't started paying people triple. You haven't started paying people double. Why are you asking them to pay double rent? You know some shit is up. I mean, hello. I'm not a smart person, right? That is easy. That's like 1 + 1. That's so basic. You could tell some shit is going on. So, yeah, Austin has been impacted, but at least I have family there. So we like, you know, by combining resources, we could really be effective. You know, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. Dallas is crazy. I've never been to Dallas. Crazy in a good way or crazy in a bad way? Hmm. They Californicated Colorado too. I got you, Russell. I got you. Oh, Ruthie, please. Thanks, Biden. Let me tell you something. I didn't vote for that motherfucker. I didn't vote for Trump either. I filled in my ballot. If you all want to know my politics, but because I didn't believe in either one of them. I took a look at both of those men and I was like, there's no way this is the best America has to offer. I will not be pushed into this corner. I was pissed. I was pissed. There's no way that those are our best or brightest options. No way. So I was like, I refuse. I refuse. Our presidency deserves better. I refuse. You're not going to push me into court and say I have to choose one of these two assholes. No. I was done. I did vote. I filled in my own. I refuse. I was like, get the fuck out of here. You're going to tell me that this is the best we have? No. Go. Go. Give me other choices. I was pissed. But Biden's been in office for like 3 years. You think this just happened in 3 years? No. But it happened for at least the past 30. So Mr. Obama, who I love and I would vote for again, but that motherfucker was part of this shit too. Politicians, man, politicians. They line their own pockets first, all of them. You kind of gotta be like, this is been going like we said for at least 30 years, if not up to 40 when the transition started. So what happened? Could have been Silicon Valley, could have been that like slimy culture of let's create an artificial world instead of appreciating and enjoying the real one. Yeah, that could be. That could be something like that, but who knows? Who knows where it came from? Greed could get you anywhere. I say at this point, no more presidents, need a collective president. That would be pure democracy, right? And we didn't used to have the technology to actually make that happen. Like what? You're going to fucking collect paper ballots like that? No, we can't even get that shit straight now. But if you automate it and have some major security so that that each citizen can get a vote even on their cell phone, though you'd have to have some major security because those hackers would be fucking around. But could you have a pure 100% democracy? Sure. But you would also have to understand that some people are not fit to make decisions. Some people are actually too stupid and too uninformed. And should their vote count as much as everybody else's? I guess so. But like Carlin said, it's a big club and you and I ain't in it. I love George Carlin. We need a fresh approach. We do. I agree. But it's going to take balls bigger than anybody that I've seen running for president's got, male or female, to stand up and say, nope, this shit's got, nope, peace out. I honestly think people have bullets aimed at their heads. I don't think it's just greed. I think it's fear. So that's another element, because you think it's greed, but actually fear goes deeper. So Good talk. Good talk. Let's let's get into the cards. Let's see what the cards have to say. I've talked your ear off, guys. Talked your ear off. Ace of Cups. Love. I love that. Ace of Cups is just a happy card. It's a happy energy. Feeling really good. Let me tell you something. Where you feel good and you feel full, you feel filled up, that's the place you've got to stay. That's the place where you've got to be, where you feel full up. Eight of Pentacles. I love that one too. That means diligent and fulfilling work, and just keep at it, doing it, keep going. I love that. I love that. The Moon. Oh, a mystery, a little bit of mystery, but also intuition and psychic energy, psychic powers. You can feel, not as an emotion, but the vibration. You can sense something, but you can't necessarily understand it. This is also about our emotions, understanding our emotions, perception. Okay, some sort of maybe even psychic work. Princess of Pentacles, starting small. Maybe somebody just started a psychic business, or I don't know, doing something that they love, working away at this business that they intuitively felt drawn to. Whatever you do, it's creativity. Pisces energy. The Moon card is about creativity. Something new is a brewing. Something new is a brewing. Then we have the Devil. You know, as soon as somebody starts to see something come up, they start to attack you and come after you. And that's fear. And we talked about fear. And the thing that fear fears the most is change. Because change is the anti-fear. And fear starts to fight for its life in the presence of change. And then we have Princess of Swords. There's information coming in, or a new idea, something small. So it's got to start small, because fear is big. Fear is like, y'all seen A Lord of the Rings? Mordor. It's like Sauron. That's what fear is. And it's big. And it's self-consuming. That's why only a little hobbit filled with faith could creep in and destroy it. Because it can't see. It gets so big on itself, it can't see the details. But unfortunately, that's also how fear starts to get in little cracks. There's no such thing as something airtight. There's always a little crack that something can get into. So it's not even trying to avoid it. It's being able to recognize it early and not too late. Okay. Two of Swords, sort of confusion, not knowing either which direction or needing more information. Maybe you got an inkling. Princess of Swords is at the heart of what we are. It's at the core of our reading. We also are Princess of Pentacles. So something new, something small, just starting up. The Chariot, progress, being able to move forward. This is Cancerian season, which is almost over. Cancerian season ends in 2 days. Oh, I didn't bring out Llewellyn's. Girl, hold on. So the sun enters Leo at 4:07 p.m. on the 22nd. So not everybody born on the 22nd will be a Leo. Some will be Cancer and some will be Leo, because it's by where your sun is. Okay, see how that works? So if you're a cusper, always check your natal chart, because you may think you're one sign and you're really the other. And there are some days, some 22nds, July 22nds, that are all Cancer. And there are some that are all Leo, or mostly Leo. So it all depends. Where on earth are you born? So if you're a cusper, always check your natal chart, because some people get that wrong. But it's on the 22nd. So this Friday, the moon moves into, the sun moves into Leo. And Mercury entered Leo yesterday. That's my Leo return. That's actually my Mercury return. My Mercury is in Leo. Very confident, but also a little cocky. But I should get clarity. I should for the next couple of weeks, things should be real clear for me. That's what your Mercury return usually does for you, is it clarifies things, and it makes you real bright, and it's a good time to get ahead and catch up on things. Queen of Swords in reverse is an energy of just tearing something down from the knees, cutting them down at the knees, criticizing, being critical, being horribly dismissive and derogatory. Like, that's the energy of the Queen of Swords. That's how that I'm sorry, Queen of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords upright is wonderful. Queen of Swords in reverse is like the energy of fear, of undercutting, of degrading somebody, of attacking somebody, of even confusing somebody, making people feel acute, making people feel confused. Could be that, right? Ace of Pentacles is here. Bam. It's almost like somebody's trying to keep you from your money or your success. There's just that energy of trying to tear somebody down. Sun card, triumph, victory. And look where we end up. You know why? So Queen of Swords, it could even be that we didn't let confusion stop us. We kept going in faith. Well, sometimes we can't always know. Sometimes we can't always understand. And sometimes we have to just say, listen, I'm going in this direction because I decided to go on this direction. I'm going to keep at it. Prudence, keep going. Even when fear comes up, even when you feel like your hands are tied or you feel stuck, you are really not stuck. Just keep hold of that spirit of newness, of why you were interested in it to begin with. Right? So there's a lot of abundance coming. I want to know, though, who is this Queen of Swords? What is this Queen of Swords here for? Can you please clarify? What is this Queen of Swords here for? It could even be, for me, the Queen of Swords is GPS. So it could be not knowing which direction. It's like, you want to go somewhere, but you don't know which direction you're going to go to, or you don't know how you're going to do it. So what is this Queen of Swords? Feeling lonely, feeling left behind, how are you making your decisions? Are you making your decisions based on loneliness and fear, or feeling left behind? This is isolation. This is feeling isolated. That's the clarifier for the Eight of Swords in reverse. You feel isolated. You feel left behind. You feel abandoned. And the Three of Swords is here. It's broken your heart. That's the Three of Swords in reverse. That feeling of abandonment that's really broken your heart. So it could be loneliness, a feeling of loneliness, or just rejection, constantly being rejected. And even then, you've got to keep moving forward. And you do. Ace of Pentacles is something shines through. A huge opportunity shines through. The sun is here. The sun is out. So there's almost like, what is this? I think you just got to keep going. We have the Devil and Cancer, the Chariot. This is like the father and the mother. It's almost like in some ways, somebody feels really rejected and alone. Ace of Pentacles is abundance and prosperity and togetherness with the sun. Maybe we just need some clarifiers, but not from this deck. Let's go to the Moon card. Prosperity lies ahead. Prosperity lies ahead. So I know we've had readings like this, haven't we, recently? Where it's legitimately like you feel like everything's about to just fall apart. You feel like everything's about to that everything's fucked. But that's not the indication here. The indication is that is not what's going on. The indication is, yes, somebody's trying to trip you the fuck up. Please keep going. If they trip you and you land on your knees, then crawl. Like that Martin Luther King, it's an adaptation of that Martin Luther King quote. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. If you can't, no. If you can't run, then walk. Right? If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving. And that's kind of what this is saying. I know I skipped one. You just kind of keep moving because, yes, prosperity lies ahead. And it's your thoughts. Remember, these are swords. It's your thoughts that are making you think something has fucked you up, and it hasn't. At least not to the point of being able to shut you down. Maybe something fucked you up a little bit, but it didn't shut you down. You are not shut down. So you got to move through these doubts, because prosperity is on the other side. So where should we go? What decision should we make? Where should we go? Which decision should we make? We'll do these first. Where should we go? Which decision should we make? Because Two of Swords is here. You know, we're still contemplating something. Capricorn. And maybe that's what it is. There's some sort of Capricorn here. It's giving, to be more giving, to put your all in. It's like, if things are failing, invest more. Give. Keep going. Something here. There's also be generosity. It's be generous. It's a time to give. It's a time to just I don't know. Give what though? What the fuck are you trying to tell me to give, God? What do you mean? Atlantis is here. Innovation. This is Aquarian energy. You got a lot of Saturn, Aquarius energy. Saturn, Uranus. Oh, Saturn, Uranus are conflicting. They're in a square. Atlantis. Atlantis means innovation. Essentially, if you had to sum it up. If you are one who finds it relatively easy to understand progressive technology, resonates with crystals, or feels a deep connection with Atlantis, this may be part of your lineage. You might begin to access more information through hypnotherapy or engaging the services of a shaman to connect you with your ancestral past. This could be inheritance. Somebody's about to get a big lump sum of money through an inheritance, or through your lineage, or through an idea that you've come across, but it's through heritage. They are aware of the current challenge. Your spirit family on the other side of the veil holds the archive of your history. They are aware of the current challenges you face and want to help. This exploration is a way to communicate with them to retrieve hidden wisdom. It may also help confirm the likelihood that you were once part of this advanced civilization. Sit with this. Meditate on it, even if only for a minute. But I do want you to sit with it, because there's something here that you got to move forward with. It's the key to a great deal of prosperity. I feel like in some ways you're afraid because you've always been rejected before. You've always been criticized. People have always torn you down before. Not this time. Not this time. This time. And why, after you've suffered all this, would you move on? Because you love it. Because it's not about their criticism or their opinion of you. It's the fact that it fascinates you and you love doing it. So that's what's going to move you forward. And you're going to be happily surprised this time around. Okay. Okay. We have purification and detoxification. It's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. Control issues. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. Just go. Forget about what others are even thinking or trying to do to you. And maybe they are trying to manipulate you. Who cares? You got to keep moving forward. Don't let them stop you. Stay on your trajectory. Keep going. Oh, we have wisdom. Everything has a place and purpose. Be wise. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance, and compassion for all things. Harmony is here. Disharmony occurs when we try to resist life's natural flow. Everything has its unique meaning and purpose. And Archangel Gabriel You will soon receive some positive news. The channels for clear and honest communication are open now. Keep an open heart and speak your truth lovingly without fear. Okay. So, okay. God's answered it. Just trust. And I know it's not easy, but it is, because in some ways, on some level, you already know. You already know. Family, God, something in your, it's coming through for you. It's coming through for you. You have to keep moving forward. Just keep going. I know there's been heartbreak or a lot of criticism and shit, and there's fear related to that, I think. This is a new dawn, it's a new day, and that's what I kept getting in all of my readings. I've done 6 of them so far, and I can guarantee you it's not the same as it used to be. Nothing is. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on here with me and for sharing your time with me. God bless you, and I will talk to you tomorrow.